I believe in one thing: engineers give shape to the building, but architects are the ones that make that building amazing. It is the architect of the building that makes it stand out, and it's the only thing that makes us question how this thing is made. So today, let's discuss a few of these insane, most beautiful buildings. The Hagia Sophia. The Hagia Sophia, sometimes known as the eighth wonder of the world, is undoubtedly one of Istanbul's most magnificent attractions. It is now used as a museum. It has also had one of the most turbulent histories of any structure on the planet. It was completed in 537 AD, at the start of the Middle Ages, and was known for its huge dome. It was the world's largest skyscraper at the time and an engineering wonder. It is regarded as the pinnacle of Byzantine architecture and is thought to have altered the course of architectural history. It served as an Eastern Orthodox cathedral and the seat of the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople from its erection in 537 until 1453. The church was eventually turned into a Roman Catholic church due to a power struggle inside the church. On the 29th of May 1453, after the Crusades, Constantinople fell to the attacking Ottoman army. Sultan Mehmed II gave his troops in this entourage 3 full days of unrestricted pillaging and robbing in the city right after it was seized, and was the standard at the time. The Hagia Sophia was robbed at this time and subsequently transformed into a mosque. It remained in the state until 1935, when Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the first Turkish president and creator of the Republic of Turkey, converted it into a museum. Liechtenstein Castle. Liechtenstein Castle is located in Baden-Württemberg, Germany, southwest states. The castle, which currently overlooks her village, is actually a hunting lodge that was erected on the ruins of a previous castle and completed in 1842. It was constructed in the 19th century in a pseudo-medieval style that was popular at the time. It has grown in both size and reputation since then. It is notable for competing with Neuschwanstein Castle, which served as the inspiration for Disney's castle. As a result, residents in the vicinity of the Liechtenstein property prefer the phrase "Little Fairy Tale Castle," which is understandable. Royal chambers, a magnificent courtyard, and an arsenal full of historic weapons and cannons are all housed within the vast edifice. The outer escarpment of the castle leads immediately to a cliff. Despite its perilous appearance, the structure is well secured, ensuring that it will stand for another 1,000 years. Falling Water. The Kaufman residence, often known as Falling Water, is one of architect Frank Lloyd Wright's most well-known private residences. The home was built in 1935 to jut out over a waterfall on Bear Run in Stewart Township, Pennsylvania. The project cost $155,000 in total, including $4,500 for the home's whole walnut furniture. The image of falling water became an instant emblem of American architecture. Time magazine called it Wright's most stunning work. It is included in Smith's list of 28 places to see before you die. The family's acreage near the former Bear Run village southeast of Pittsburgh was given to Wright by Edgar J. Kaufman Sr., a department store magnate, and his wife Lillian. In 1934, Wright's son Edgar introduced Kaufman to him. Wright was 67 years old when he took part in the Talus and Fellowship, a training program for architects and artists. During the Great Depression, there were few commissions at the time of the meeting. Fortunately, Kaufman was unscathed by the Great Depression, and he was able to commission this universally adored structure. Lloyd's Building, London. The Lloyd's Building is the headquarters of the well-known Lloyd's of London Insurance Company, and it has a distinctive architecture that sticks out among the other buildings on Lime Street in the City of London. Richard Rogers, an architect who has worked on various buildings around the world, built the Lloyd's Building. Rogers was one of 2 architects that collaborated on the Pompidou Center in Paris, France. Rogers began designing the building in the mid-1970s and finished it in 1986, with the majority of the elevators and escalators in the open air. A total of 12 glass elevators are fixed to the building's exterior. The structure stands 289 feet tall and has 14 stories. Bovis Property Development was hired to complete the project, which cost around £75 million. Many people regard the odd industrial architecture to be the world's most spectacular. The structure has also appeared in a number of films, including Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Mamma Mia, and Trainspotting. Leaning Tower of Pisa. This is a well-known tilting tower. The 14th century Italian structure's slight lean is easily noticeable. Donna Bertha de Bernardo donated 60 silver coins to the local cathedral in 1172 to help with the purchase of stones for a new bell tower space. The tower's construction began the following year, and there were complications almost immediately. The tower stands on a soft terrain made up primarily of clay, fine sand, and shells. The tower was beginning to lean by the time the builder finished the second floor in 1178. However, work was put on hold for nearly a century as Pisa fought wars against Genoa, Lucca, and Florence. This may have been a fortuitous escape because, according to current analysis, the tower would have toppled if work had continued without allowing the soil to settle. As a result, what should have been a disastrous architectural error became the distinguishing feature of a structure that was otherwise unremarkable. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is now one of Italy's most popular tourist attractions. Burj Khalifa. The world's tallest structure, the Burj Khalifa, was built by Dubai-based MR Properties. With its astonishing marriage of art engineering and painstaking craftsmanship, the Burj Khalifa respects the city as it rises gracefully from the desert. The Burj Khalifa, which stands at 828 meters and has nearly 160 habitable floors, is the tallest building in the world. The skyscraper was dedicated to January 4, 2010, the 4th anniversary of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's succession to the throne of Dubai. Burj Khalifa, probably the world's most prominent address, is responsible for several world's firsts. After excavation work began in January 2004, the tower began the world's tallest man-made structure in just 1,325 days. The Burj Khalifa is the world's highest freestanding structure, has the most stories per capita in the world, the world's highest occupied floor, the world's highest outdoor observation deck, the elevator with the world's longest journey distance, and the world's tallest service elevator. It's roughly twice as tall as the Empire State Building and 3 times as tall as the Eiffel Tower. Its components would span nearly a fourth of the way around the planet if set end-to-end. With a price tag of over $1.5 billion just for the original construction, this edifice is undoubtedly the embodiment of grandeur and wealth. Paro Taksang. Paro Taksang, also known as the Tiger's Nest Monastery, is a tiny religious complex perched high on a rock overlooking a beautiful valley. It is one of just a few places where the Buddha's second incarnation is thought to have been practiced. The monastery is perched on a high cliff 3,000 feet above Paro Valley in a vertiginous 10,240 feet above sea level in a stunning location. The climb to the top is challenging. It takes 2 to 3 hours to stroll through the magnificent shady pine forests to reach the cave. The Paro Taksang Monastery is made up of 4 main temples that are linked by carved-in stone staircases. The inside of the Paro Taksang Monastery exudes grandeur and richness to the fullest extent possible. The monastery's dome is gold-plated and adorned with glowing golden statues. A hall with hundreds of Buddhas carved into the rock makes up the inside of Paro Taksang. Along with this, a gigantic tiger statue occupies the space, symbolizing Guru Rinpoche's renowned fable of the tigress. Museum of the Future. The Museum of the Future is a place where new and future concepts, services, and goods can be displayed. The Museum of the Future, which is located in Dubai's financial district, is made up of 3 basic elements: a green hill, a building, and a void. The Dubai Future Foundation established it. It was supposed to open in 2021, but as of December of that year, it hadn't. The museum was later inaugurated by the UAE government on February 22, 2022. Because the 2nd of February 2022 is a palindrome date, the date was officially chosen. This museum's mission is to foster technological advancement and innovation, particularly in the disciplines of robotics and artificial intelligence or AI. The most intriguing part is the shape of the building. It looks like a human eye.